Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another stream. We are back, of course, with Cambridge United on the old footballing manager. Haley, I'm good. How are you? Welcome in. We are back in business in League One with Cambridge United, having opened our League One campaign by absolutely smashing Watford. We're 3-0 down. Oh, I forgot we were playing. Forgot we were playing. That's not ideal. Oof. Oof. Well, that's far from ideal. That's far from ideal, especially with Chesterfield having 2 games in hand over us. That last day of the season could be a big one. I mean, it depends, doesn't it? It depends. Was it a justified red? Because we all know how the FA hates us, so was it a justified red? Becomes the big question. What else was an easy way to get a match report up on the thing of? Super helpful. Let's try a BBC report, because they'll tell me what's actually happening. Oh dear. Oh dear. 29 minutes. 29 minutes getting sent off. That's a bloody disgrace. Doesn't say what for on the BBC. And Holloway got sent off. Lovely. Great. Good. Nice to see he's keeping his cool then. Remember when he said he wasn't going to swear at officials and whatnot? About a week ago. Absolutely full of shit. But there we go. It is what it is. Looks like the game against Chesterfield's going to be far more meaningful than I thought it was going to be. Sure, we'll take that. We will take that, I think. And that, why not? But yeah, I'm reasonably excited for being at the Chesterfield game, so I can see if we get into the playoffs or not. Because let's be honest, promotion's gone, and automatic promotion is gone now. You would have to say, given current form and the fact that every team around us has games in hand, you would say automatics are out of the question. Which is far from helpful. Because, well, we're in the middle of the bottle job of the century, really, aren't we? If we're honest, it's the bottle job of the century is what's going on. I don't know how we've done it. I'll never fully understand how we've done it. Ooh, new player. 85 stream streak. Strong. Strong. Bring up all these small teams finally to so we always struggle. Yeah. Yep. I think there's a lot to be said though about momentum when you're at this level. I think if you get like a decent run up at League 2 from the National League, it doesn't take a long to get up. but staying there tends to be the thing that clubs have trouble with. Like, realistically, are Bromley going to stay in League One for very long? You'd have to doubt it, wouldn't you? I'm not saying we'd do any better, but we've at least got the infrastructure and the drawing power to be able to probably attract bigger players to come to the club. So there's that. I genuinely can't remember who this guy is or where he fits into my plans. Let's ask. Quick pick. He goes on the left wing. That's helpful. That's helpful. Oh yeah, because I was worried about letting Harry Thomas go, wasn't I? I remember now, I was there. I think you need to be in our first team squad right now. I think you can drop down. And everyone else can stay for now to get mentored, I suppose. See if we can keep this momentum of ours going where we are sat atop the league. Why is there not a left back? We've got a left back injured. Yeah, Ramin Kabore. 2 to 6 weeks, 2 days, 4 days. Lovely. That's a perfect amount of time because they can all come back ready for the Leyton Orient game, which hopefully we'll be able to pull off something resembling another win in. Hey Riley, welcome. Glad you chose another completely normal entrance. I'm going to end up doing a video, aren't I, like a mid-May Swindon rebuild to show what could have been if only we'd had competent people at the club. That's what's going to happen. That'll be the way. But yeah, lovely quick Friday night blast of the old FM. Always a good start. Yeah. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Which is weird, isn't it? Because when we signed him, I was like, oh, he's always injured and all that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, he has had a bad run. But when he's in the team, he looks very, very good. When he's in the team, he's probably the best centre-half in League Two. Unfortunately, when he's not in the team, the depth chart's not great. Like, I think Philosophy, what's his name, Mabete, has the potential to be a really good centre-half, but he's not there yet. He's probably a year away from being ready. Like, from what I've seen of him, he looks good every now and then, but gotta be consistent at this level. Right, am I in a position where I'm pretty happy with the squad now, or do I need something else? I do need another right winger. That's going to be an issue. I don't know where I'll find one. Where are we with Liam Kidd? Ah, yeah, he was expensive, wasn't he? That was the issue. I don't know how they've calculated that we're going to lose £1 million. I don't know how they've figured that out. It's almost at a point where I'd be like, screw it. Let's take him. Let's take him. If we're not going to recover the financial situation without a cup run, we may as well spend the money. But I'm going to do a little trick. I say a little trick. This is a recommendation for if you've got issues finding players at home. If you've got some wage and some transfer budget to spend at this level, start your world scouting. Start your world scouting right away. Get yourself players from all over the world. How many coach scouts do we have? 2? How many scouts can we have? Is Cambridge loaded? Absolutely not. Not a pot to piss him. See if I can have another scout, because what I'm going to do is we're going to set up our scouting. Let's end that one. And let's end that one, because they're not much use to us right now. We are going to have any position. We're going to scout the UK and Ireland. I'm going to take anyone 5-star, 5 grey star, 4-star, under 22 and set it to ongoing. We'll call that UK Wonder Kids. Perfect. And then what I'll do is also have, and I'll narrow this down as we get bigger. We'll do another one for under 22s, and we are going to search the entire continent of... Does Europe feel smart? I think Africa feels smart. We're going to scout Africa for some footballers. Just to see what pops up. Because you can see we've already got some pretty good options there, but they're mostly loans. I say that. Chibwe Seyadet. We'll have him on trial. And we'll have Mark Williams on trial. Just to see how they feel. Just to have a look at how they feel. Peter Driver. He could be good. He's not really what we need, but he could be good. I will say right wing is a concern. Which, to be fair, is a phrase you can say in the UK quite a lot. It's because I've got that on there. Right, let's go with that one, shall we? See what A stars pop up on our scouting range. Nothing... I said nothing terribly affordable. Solly Barrel, he's 30 years old. How is he an A-star player and a fringe? What make that make sense? A-star, or A+, but also a fringe player. Barry McAllister, you're already 30, but you're mostly a winger, aren't you? Don't know. I mean, I guess it's a short term, consistent, natural, decent pace, can't jump, hates big matches. Do I want him or not? I guess it's a stopgap he'll do for now. £100,000 a year. What did I do today? I had a therapy session. I went for a game of pool with some friends. And then I came home. And then I spoke to my mum on the phone for a couple of hours. And that was about that, really. What a weird combination of positions. Left winger, right wing back. He is 30 though. I don't think I want to sign many 30-year-olds. If I want to sign any 30-year-olds. What else is hiding? Jesse Gillard. Ooh. We'll have a look at him. We'll have a cheeky little look at him. He's 31. He's 31. I don't really want to sign players over 30. Don't really want to sign players over 25 if I can help it. Let's see what's showing in the under 25 category. That's better. That's much better. David, Les Kohler there. Does he get in our team? Does he get in our team? Not as a left back. Not really as a centre half. Poor in the air, likes big matches. Is he quick? I guess. Rough from the trial. We'll see how he looks alongside the players we've got already. An American left winger from Jan Regensburg. Now you'd have to think if he's not looking great now, he's never going to. Edson Alexio from Union Saint-Gilloise. 24. It's that concentration that sucks though. His concentration is awful. Let's just have a little scout by international caps. Who is hiding with some international caps? It's a Libyan international, 55 caps. We'll have a look at him. Loic Boutou from French Guiana. I'll have a look at him. That certainly can't hurt as a place to start negotiations. Jean-Marie Pierre from Auxerre. Alright, we'll have a look. He doesn't look special, but we'll have a look at him. Why has that rearranged itself again? Let's just set that to unattached. Or expired. Let's go to expired. Catch them all like Pokemons. We'll see what else we get here. Fernando Setioan. He doesn't look awful. He might be a good target man. Josef Ortega. He's probably quite good. He's very expensive. He's very expensive, but he does look like he could be quite good. Like, I think 18 goals in 80 games for Panama is actually probably quite respectable. It's a big boy that can jump. He'll probably get a work permit. Can we get him under 200 grand a year? It's unlikely. But we'll give him a massive goal bonus. You've got to meet me somewhere. There we go. Alrighty then. Let's repick the team. Evans in goal. I don't hate. That's looking good. That's looking good. That's fine. Chung, Ingram, Shepherd is only worth 45 minutes, so we'll be mindful of that when we put our bench together. We'll put a left back on the bench somehow. We won't, they're all injured. Evening, Simon, how are you? Welcome in. I guess we're putting Bino on the bench as a left winger. He's probably getting us Davey. Tewksbury as a right winger. I don't hate. Striker, centre half, centre mids. What am I missing? I know I'm missing a left back, but I think that'll do us. Let's just rearrange that so it's not annoying me all night. Yeah, good, mate, good. Birthday. Honestly, the birthday stream was the highlight of the birthday. It wasn't like crazy packed in chat row, but do you know what? It was a good birthday. It was a good birthday stream, at least. It was fun. Which I guess is sort of all you can ask for, isn't it? It's just that it was fun. Let's go with that and hope for the best. Hope for the best. And we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, we're looking for ideally some kind of victory-based victory today. That's true. If there is one day where fun is acceptable, it is your birthday. Especially at my age. You never know how many birthdays you got left at my age. That's a thought, isn't it? Right, let's kick it off. And try and get ourselves all of the goals. All of the goals for Cambridge United. We already won the first game of the season 3-0. Actual goals for more than goals against. Yeah. We did. We started off the season with a 3-0 against Watford, so we did go into this game top of the table. So we know there are goals in this team. We just have to find them consistently and not concede any at the other end. Which I think is perfectly achievable. I think we can pull that off. Not today, apparently. Today we've decided that we're going to make hard work of it. I don't know how we make sense of that in a logical sense, having put 3 past Watford, who are a much bigger club than Leyton Orient, but there we go. Just keep encouraging these guys. Does feel like life and football goals. We'll get there. We'll pull it off. We will make it happen for us. There we go. That's a 0-0 draw. Time for everyone to dig in. Give everything you've got left tonight. We deserve to win this match. Go out and do it. They almost cared. There's a flicker of almost giving a shit there, wasn't there? Still, I'm not happy. And let's tell everyone else to get better. And hopefully they'll try a second half where we don't do that again. And we'll actually score a goal. I'm aware that Ingram Stevens could only play half the game allegedly, but he's also not really impressing me yet. So I don't think you can justify begging for a rest until you've put a shift in. For Ingram Shepherd, I'm going to get that wrong all season. What's with the Hollywood diving header? What's that about? Alright, this is looking good. That's it, that was the ball I was looking... It was not the finish it was looking for. The build-up was fantastic. The finish was not there, was it? The finish was not really what we were going for. So, let's take out Rice for... Macias? Ingram Shepherd for Bino. Goddard for Whitaker. I think we're going to take off Debiche for Lashia. Everyone seems nervous. I don't know why. I'll take off Smithyman for Morrison too. Because he's not impressed. Let's hope the reinforcements can reinforce that we are supposed to win this game. I'm quite impressed with Chung since he came into the team. He's looked quite good twice now. For a fella who's allegedly just 2-star current ability. We'll do another encourage even though it was poor timing. Because if we score here, I'm not too sad about them being sad about me encouraging them. Macias, oh, he's given the ball away. My word. It's okay, Latia is there. Carbone, through for Chung. Go and find a friend. There, we almost. Oh, it was close. It was close. We kicked it at the goal several times then. Didn't finish it. Kicked it at the goal, though, on more than one occasion. We're definitely going to be top of the XG table if things carry on this way. Let's demand more. It's 4 minutes to go. Demand more. Try and steal the win. Try and steal the win. That's the plan. We've my words. Okay, offside. We'll take it. We'll take it. This has not really been very good, though. This has been quite poor. Definitely my decision that we're just going to spend the money because we can't make them profitable this season because of whatever the hell is going on in the background. I think might be a wise choice. Talking of which, hello, Barry McAllister. Welcome. Oh my word, no. Have a chat with him. It didn't quite work out. It's fine. It's fine. In Chung I trust. For the right wing, at least. Does also mean the one player I was planning on spending money on is not coming in. So that's nice. Oh, there we go, we've got our trialists in. We're trialling international footballers and non-international football. We're trying some footballers out. Just to see if one of them can offer us something to kick us on a bit. Just to see what's about to happen. Or should I send a screenshot? This feels dangerous. Mark, hi there, buds. How are they? Oh, you're almost at a range where I'll pay for you. How about that? I don't think we're asking you to take. There we go. Mark will do. A debt. Oh, waste say a debt. Why not, sir? Come down to about there. That'll be lovely. How about I meet you there? 100k? Oh, come on, you can do 100k a year. I believe in you. How about if every time you play I pay you more money? There you go. He was happy. He didn't work out the way I thought he would. See if the other guy does though. Peter Driver. Where does he factor into our list of everything? Third best striker. How about as a cam? Fourth best cam, but realistically Ingram Shepherd's playing on the left. Whittaker is certainly in the conversation. Championship potential, he is 24. We'll give him some more thought. Mansour Bokatwa from Libya. Bless you, Riley. Has played some championship football. Don't, strictly speaking, need a left winger though. Seven in a row is an achievement. All you've got to do is try and catch up with Liam. Liam's on 85. Let's let him cook for a little while. Jesse Gillard, does he feel like a player I need? Sort of does. He sort of does. But he's a League 2 player and he's 29 and there's not really any stuff about that determination. But that's determination though. Could be a good mentor. What are you saying on the finances? Alright, we've got him to accept that he's not going to get paid 100 grand a year. That's a reasonable start. Balls. Alright, we'll wait till everyone else comes in and we'll go after Jesse Gillard then. Les Calder though. Former Huddersfield defender. Can I help you with an Aki? You can certainly give it a go. Ooh, okay, good. Let's get everyone else in the door and then we'll figure it out. What are you looking for on your Aki? Do you have anything on your slip already? Well, my best, most profitable accumulator advice is always to go through the Dutch second tier and just take every game with both teams to score, and it will win more often than it won't. Thursday, Margaret Thatcher, the best thing British politics has ever seen. She's been dead 13 years already. My word. I mean, she's sorely missed. We all miss her very much. What a shame that she is no longer with us. For all eternity. It's amazing, isn't it? Can you, like, no matter how much of a dick you are, so welcome in, Hindo. No matter how much of a dick you are in life, can you imagine ever being enough of a dick that there's a national celebration of your death? Like, historically speaking, even with problematic figures that we've all seen in our lifetimes that have died, there's been a sort of, well, they were a great actor, singer, blah, blah, blah. They were just a bit of a twat, right? Like, there's always like a, yeah, but selling more than an Austrian painter with a dodgy haircut. It's true. But, like, even to the point of, I know I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud in public, but, like, even when Jimmy Savile fucking died, obviously we didn't know Jimmy Savile was a nonce when he died. He was just always a bit creepy. But even then, we're like, well, he raised a lot of money for charity. Like, no one actually really liked him. But we all kind of went, well, he did do a lot for charity. Then, of course, we found out he was a nonce. But, like, Margaret Thatcher has absolutely mastered the art of being so unpopular that no one cares that you're dead. It was quite an achievement. Hong Kong striker Sheng Wong. He's quick. Ooh. Well. That is more debatable than it should be. That should be a wild statement, but I fully understand where you're coming from. I will say that she may not have done it quite as deliberately. But here's a debate for chat. Is it worse to be deliberately malicious and killing people, or to be so incompetent that you kill people? Like, she knew what she was doing, but it wasn't as targeted, if that makes sense. I know I phrased that badly. Yeah. Plus she inspired generation upon generation upon generation of the most evil politicians in British history. I don't know how, in my lifetime, and I was alive during Thatcher, I don't understand how in my lifetime we got to the point where the leaders of both major political parties are both Thatcherites. Like, were they just not fucking awake? How did they miss that ends badly? For everyone involved. Like, the only reason Thatcher stayed in charge for as long as she did was the Falklands. And the most brilliantly timed piss break in history. Yeah, it's true. She was a highly successful politician and social change leader on her own terms. Valid. Indeed, fuck Tony Blair just as much. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't fuck Tony Blair. Like, he's into letterboxes. I don't know. I do struggle sometimes to understand what happened to the country, at the risk of sounding old. Yeah. I do, like... I don't know if this is just, like, the rose-tinted specks of history. But when I was a kid, it always at least felt like everyone had the best intentions to make the country better. And I don't remember the last time I genuinely felt that about any politician. And I certainly remember the last time I genuinely felt that about any politician that had a chance of being fucking Prime Minister. See, I never knew if Gordon Brown was the guy who gave a shit. I always felt like he had more of an eye on power than the people he would have power over. He certainly wasn't as blatant about his power grab as, like, Keir Starmer was. Like, fuck me, Keir Starmer got bullied so badly at school that all he's ever wanted is to be in power. And I can understand why, because, you know, he was probably running around school and like, oh, my dad's a toolmaker, and everyone's like, yeah, and our dads work for him, shut the fuck up and sit down, you fucking posh prick. I start feeling that more and more as I get older about Corbyn. And yet, at the time, I fully understood why he wasn't being elected. Because he always felt a bit like he stood for a lot verbally, but maybe didn't quite have the backbone to get the job done. Like, he's never struck me as being the guy who... He's a great ideas guy, but he's not the guy that's gonna stand up in Parliament and slap the piss out of someone because, verbally, obviously, because they were proposing something awful. Where's centre-right England? There are exactly two versions of England. There's far-right England, and there's Liverpool at this stage. Like, I was always a big fan of, like, I do my best, mate, I do my best. I've always been of the opinion that what we should have done is force Scottish independence to happen, but with a caveat that anyone that wanted to move north of the border before it was executed would be given an embargo and Scottish citizenship. And then we could have let the wee little racists have an entire country to themselves and built the perfect nation north of the border. I said the perfect nation, but we can't do anything about the weather. Oh, mate, it'd be amazing. Be amazing if Scotland got independence. Be so good. The party alone would be worth it. I mean, I think the trouble is, I think it would actually end up slightly south of Preston, because realistically, every Scouser would take that opportunity, but they're also not willing to leave Liverpool. So, but on the plus side, that does mean that you gain some important places and Manchester. So it's going to upset a Mancunian one day if I make a joke at the expense of the Mancunians, mostly because they can't afford jokes being made at their expense. It's on them. It's just on them. I mean, Fleetwood's not awful. It's by no means the worst place I've ever been to in the UK. And I can say that out loud because I live in Swindon, which is by some distance the worst place I've ever been to in the UK. I mean, yeah, I've spent most of my life south of Birmingham. As much as like I have and do enjoy living in the north, it's just there are good parts south of Birmingham. There are good parts. Oxford is quite nice. Although I have always questioned whether I've always found Oxford quite nice, partly because I'm from Oxford, and partly because most of my friends in Oxford are in fact Glaswegian. So, well, it's true, we have got Motorsport Valley. I do miss working in Motorsport Valley. I do occasionally have thoughts that I never should have left Williams and I should have just taken an engineering degree. I was made in Oxford. Oh mate, it'd be the greatest party of all time. It would immediately eat up the entire Scottish NHS budget. Like, treatment for alcohol poisoning would advance 1,000 miles ahead where it is now. Born in Oxford but supports Swindon, that's just weird. It's not weird. I've explained this before on the channel. I don't know if you were here when I did. My dad's from Swindon. So, my dad is a lifelong Swindon fan. He grew up on Shrivenham Road. Like, he grew up as close to the stadium as it's possible to grow up. As a Swindon fan. I just happen to have been born in Oxford. Most folk can support Man United. It's true, or Liverpool. That's sometimes they glory hunt to Liverpool. My dad cock is from Liverpool, so I can support Liverpool. Either you really don't like your dad, or he's got a prosthetic. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to communicate. It could be either of those. It could be both of those things, to be fair. But I mean, you can support Liverpool if you want. I'm not a big fan of gatekeeping football clubs. I never like. Yeah, exactly. Support whoever you want. Like, I will always say, like, if you have the time and the means, you should make every effort to get down to your nearest non-league club as often as you can. Even if you decide you're not like a fan, they're not going to be your club. If you live near a non-league club and you can't get to your club's game any given week, and you got a few quid to spend and a couple of hours spare on a Saturday, Go and watch fucking Dog and Duck Rovers in the local whatever fucking league. Go on Google Maps, find a stadium you can walk to and go and watch football there. Because here and there you'll have a great time, because realistically, even at the lowest tier of English football, and to some extent Scottish football as well, you'll see players who are better than players who play in the second tier of other countries. Like, we've got so many truly good footballers in this country that the standard really isn't as low as people think it is. We just get spoiled by the fact that we've got, 4,000 or 5,000 top quality professional standard footballers in this country. And we forget that there are players who would get into the first team of clubs in a lot of, or into the first team of a lot of clubs that play in European competition who play below the National League here. Local side, family or Rangers, you have a great time, cheap pint. Exactly that. It's the first thing I do whenever I move anywhere new. The first thing I do is find out who my local non-league club is, so that I know if I've got a Saturday afternoon where I'm not watching Swindon, I know where I'm going to be. Money and time dependent, I know where I'm going to be. And the people you meet at those games are great. And the club treats you well because they're just grateful you came and spent some money with them, because no fucker else is. And like, we'd just be in a much better place if we all did that. Like, as football fans, as a sport, we'd be in such a better place if we all went and spent the odd few quid supporting our local non-league sides as often as we could. Like, if you think in Glasgow, whether you're Rangers or Celtic or whatever the fuck you might be, Partick or whatever the fuck, right? If your team's not playing on whatever day it happens to be, there are 50 fucking teams in Glasgow. Find one, go watch it. Organise with your mates you stand next to fucking Ibrox or whatever. Get together on a Saturday where you're not playing at home and go fucking pick a team and watch it, and you're going to give them an extra 500 quid they can spend on who knows what. Fair enough, mate. We'll see you soon. Have a good one, birds. We may stop by in a wee bit, because I'm not planning on going past midnight, but yeah, lots of love, mate. Have a good one, mate. Look after yourself. Have all the fun. I do my best. I do my best. Sometimes I actually pass myself off as being intelligent. It fails after like 10 minutes. We just got out of that in time, but, you know. Don't forget to change your shirt as well, because, you know, we don't need being on stream with dribble down you. Right, I am running out of, like, spots to loan players. Some of these guys could be great. Some of these guys could be terrible. What the fuck? It's a very simple list. All of which have a story behind them. All of which have stories. Yes, clearly I've been to Germany, but why would being a Wolfsburg fan insinuate I'd never been to Germany? Like, I think people forget, like, the reasons people become attached to clubs is rarely just geography. I mean, a lot of it is, but there's always, like, a sense of some other connection to it. Like, if you're a Scouser, you might become a Liverpool or Everton fan because your dad supports them. You might support the other team to your dad because your dad's a prick. Both things can be true. It might be that your best mate was a Liverpool fan, or the lass you fancied in secondary school was a Liverpool fan, or you met Stevie Gerrard when you were a kid and he was lovely, or it could be any one of 50 different reasons someone would pick a team, right? We get a bit hung up on the geography of things. Like, well, I have a general rule on the channel that, like, your nanny is going on Twitch for a few weeks. Alright, cool. Good luck to her. Yeah, like, I have a general rule on the channel where if I'm not sure about a club's fan base, and it happens in Germany more than anywhere, I will check, because I'm not going to manage or do anything in any small way to promote or elevate a club with heavily fascist leanings. Like, you'll never, ever, ever see a stream or a video on my channel where I manage Nazio. It's not going to happen. Absolutely refuse to do it. And like, there are other clubs I refuse to do managing of or videos on stream and on the channel for peacekeeping reasons, I suppose. So, like, you'll never see me manage Rangers or Celtic. You'll never see me manage a club from Israel. You'll never see me manage a club from Russia. Because I don't want to deal with all that bullshit in the comments. Like, you will see me manage Oxford United before you see me manage any of the teams I've just mentioned. Because at least I can make a good story out of managing Oxford United. Do like a little cheeky dip behind enemy lines, it's quite funny. And I was watching a Zealand video the other day that gave me an inspired idea. Shamelessly stolen inspired idea. There was a fella in one of Zealand's videos who's doing a save where he's trying to get the Big Six relegated from the Premier League without getting fired. And I thought, I wonder how many relegations I could take Oxford United on in a video without getting fired. It did occur to me. I was like, could I get them to the Southern League South before they fired me? And then I realised that to do that would require me to spend 50 odd seasons managing Oxford United. And then I felt a little bit sick. And then I put the idea in a folder on my desktop for if I get desperate for a video idea. It's now in the file. So yeah, it's not something that's going to happen anytime soon. I have no idea how many players I've offered trials to, by the way. It feels like it's thousands of the fuckers. I'm really just looking for anyone that looks interesting. Literally anyone that looks interesting. Because you never know when you're going to find that guy who is truly brilliant for you. And now we can scout the entire world. We're going to. Because it just makes sense. Let's drop that down to 21. See who's in there that's currently an under 21 international. Okay, Riley. That's very odd, but best of luck to you with that, I suppose. Feel like I'm going to get forced to tap the sign, but you know, it's okay. Indeed, that was sort of what I was referring to by tap the sign. Which is probably a Simpsons reference. Because fuck knows everything's a Simpsons reference these days. There's 5 billion episodes of it. I am reasonably sure that was Liam trying to encourage the opposite. And when I say reasonably sure, pretty close to certain. Pretty close to certain. Not 100%, but if we're not at 100%, we're into many, many decibels of recurring nines. Simon has reached 100%. As I said, very close to tapping the sign. It's the nicest way to refer to it. I was like, he sounds Italian. Under 21 international, San Marinese. Of course he is. Of course he's from San Marino. I've got to be honest, I'm not seeing anything that's like blowing me away. I'm really not seeing anything blowing me away here. I don't know why I'm getting the feeling I'm about to find a streamer send a mod in to ask what I want to show them. Just have a feeling. It's an odd feeling, but I just have a feeling. Well, to be fair, last time that happened it worked out really well because Heindo came and we had a right laugh. So not that I'm encouraging that to be a thing that happens, but there was quite a roast, and it wasn't a Sunday. In fact, no, it was a Sunday. It was in fact a full Sunday roast. Ooh, Terry Bristow might be alright. He's got a thing about him. We are getting somewhere. Dennis Popovici. Vianney Maburanu. He's got an impossible to pronounce name, so he's going to be really good. And then we're going to rename him. Ah, Bristow indeed. There it is. There's your sign. Ironically, Stream Elements responded perfectly. Stream Elements has better comic timing than Jimmy Carr. Just putting it out there. I am going to leave that decision making up to the team. There is being happy and there is being weird. And it's a very fine line. I would suggest that when one is on thin ice, one should not strap on sharper skates. It wasn't a real what? Well, I'll be honest, I'm never one to deny someone what they want. So that did not work the way I wanted it to. So that's good. Gotta be honest, I do not know how to do more than a 10-minute timeout. I don't know. Yeah. Do not know how to do more than it. I'm sure there is a way, I just don't know. Let's do a 24-hour. Let's give what was required. Give him chance to lower the blood sugar. I am aware I've just required you to do math, Liam. I'm really sorry. I think it's a lot. It's a lot of seconds. It's very annoying you can't do it in hours, minutes, etc. There we go. 86,400 seconds. My word. I don't know. I don't know why it makes you do it in seconds. I can't imagine a reason I'd want to time someone out for like 5 seconds. What does that achieve? Like, I think the minimum you want to do it for is a few minutes, right? Like, unless you were the kind of streamer that for whatever reason enjoys fucking with their viewers, I can't imagine why you would do like a 30-second timeout or whatever. And even then, it would have to be at a time where it was really funny. Like a 30-second timeout. He's potentially quite good. He's potentially very good. He can tackle a bit. I must have offered 100 trials by now. We may have a problem. Oh my lord. Yes. For a 17-year-old Turkish player to have 5 under 21 caps, that's the dream. Alright, we might be putting a few warm bodies together here. Also, fun Swindonian crime report for those interested in the Swindonian crime situation. My neighbour's car got broken into last night, literally as I came off stream. Literally as I came off stream. Finished streaming, like 5 minutes later I heard his car window shatter outside. Which, you know, you'd think would be like random street crime, but you have to get through a locked gate to get into where I live. They got like 20 quid in change off his dashboard. About one-ish. Went to see the Observer. Which reminds me, actually, I have to send an email chasing up the interviews I was trying to sort out for him. He's trying to get our 2 Canadians at Swindon on his podcast ahead of the World Cup. And I've been trying to help him out. So how weird is it that as a club we have 2 Canadians? It's so random. We could potentially have multiple footballers who play for Swindon Town playing at a World Cup that no one cares about. Do you remember the last time multiple Swindon players played at a World Cup? Trying to think. Did Australia and Iraq qualify in the same year when we had Luongo and Kasim? Johnny Williams played at a Euros, not a World Cup, I think. I know Luongo played at a World Cup, but I can't remember if it was before or after he left us. And I'm pretty sure that Yasser Kasim played at a World Cup. can't think of anyone else we've sent to a World Cup recently, though. We're not really the kind of club that has many players from random nations, though. Like, we're not the kind of club where you're going to find like that random Caribbean nation that qualifies has a player with us. Because the last Caribbean international we had was... Jesus, I couldn't even tell you. Who's the Jamaican fella on the radio? Mark Marshall. Mark Marshall, I believe, was our last Caribbean international. Which is wild to say out loud, because he wasn't very good. Seems like a lovely fella on the radio. Wasn't particularly good at the football. Why are you retiring? You're 20 years old. Show some ambition. I'm going to bring him in just so I can talk him out of retiring. He might not even be very good. I just feel like he needs a mentor. Rejhan Franovsky. Okay, Nirwana. Ooh. Cheeky little Palestinian striker, why not? That won't be problematic in the slightest. American international. Show him what football looks like. There are some not awful footballers in this list. Work permits will be an issue. But you never do know. Try and look at him. That's it, that's our pile. That New Zealand striker of yours? At Swindon. Oh, Rory Fallon. Rory Fallon. Scorer of arguably the greatest goal in Swindon Town history. It's a hill I'll die on too. Alright. I have just made an enormous mistake here. Because I have offered trials to too many footballers. And now I'm going to spend the rest of my life looking through players who were cancelled. Not like in a Marcus Rashford or a Mason Greenwood way. Oh, that almost got me sued. Not in a Mason Greenwood way. Let's just do that. I had to laugh. I was reading earlier that the Spurs female supporters group are already campaigning to have De Zerbi fired. They are very angry he was put in charge of Spurs. And I often think, like, in his position, aren't you basically just staying for the payoff at that stage? Because you're never going to win the fans round, which means you're never going to win the players round. Okay, you are rubbish. So that's 1. Try and keep a count now. 2. 3. Hey Kian, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy the lurk. We'll keep him around. We'll keep him around. He can go, so that's 4. Try to keep track in my head of how many extra loan spaces I'm about to create. So trial space is 5. Probably 6. 7. Keep him. 8. Some of these players are really good. He's not. 9. 10. 11. 12. Ooh, I was right about him. 13. 14. Oh, no. That'll be 15. 16. Okay. Oh, come on. Stupid, why doesn't it put the cursor in the box? 16, right. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cool. And Moreno is the next one in. Okay, cool. Perfect. Anyone else coming in? Nope, we're all good. All good. But it's nearly 11 o'clock already. That flew by. Bloody did it again, didn't I? Where were we? Moreno. Fuck me. Work up from the bottom. fuck did Moreno go? Did I do him? I did. There's Moreno. Good. Let's see if any of these are any good. And then we'll actually go and play a game of football. Which I know is a novel concept. This is somehow the slowest paced stream I think I've ever done. Like, it's nice, but it's slow. Alright, time to do counting again. 1. I won't do it for all of them. Okay. 2. Maybe. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Great stuff. Very nice. I don't know where Moreno was. He was up here somewhere. Somewhere. Oh, maybe I've gone too far. It's fine. 1, 2. Oh fuck. Yeah. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Alright, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Nearly there. Well, there's 1. We're getting better. 2. 3. 4. Do we mean no messages? There clearly are. However, I'm not going to go through all of them again. That's fine. That's fine. We've started well. We've started well here. Mentoring groups need attention as always they do. Boom, bosh, bish, bash, bang. Happy days. Right, let's see if any of those trialists are game changers. Pick best 11. Ooh, there's Calder's got a contract offer already. Oh, he hasn't, has he? Because he wants a lot of... Oh, he's affordable now. He's affordable. Come on, 45. I think we can get you for 45. I'm smelling blood. There we are, 45 for Les Calder. That's an improvement to our team. Chipways here today. I've already got a bid in for Peter Driver. I haven't yet. I think it's because he was really expensive. For like a backup goalkeeper. Dennis Stor. If you've got some value in you. Nope. What else is there? Certainly some players who will be very interesting in the future in there. Berchin Kilic was the guy I wanted. Berchin Kilic. Right. You are going to require much more money. I've got a feeling about this kid. I've got a feeling about this kid. From Istanbul Basakşehir here. I've just got a feeling about him. Just a vibe. Right. I should be back in a second. Then we're going to play Hereford United. Oh no, we're going to play Cardiff. Oh, we survived it. We survived it. Cardiff City up next. Ready for a party as we beat Cardiff City. Did any of this? Oh, don't. Did you not sign your contract yet? We offered you a contract. Recommend offering him a contract. Bloody pay attention. Read the room. Read the room. Bursin Killage. Are we closer to being able to offer him a deal yet? No. Okay. Let's quick pick our team back into shape. Ingram Shepherd still isn't match fit. Apparently that's too much to ask of him. And I don't have any other options on the left wing. Lovely. Don't really have a left back option for the bench either. 2 centre halves maybe. How broken are you? You can go on the bench in case of an emergency, I suppose. Palomka. Do I have a winger on the bench? I actually don't have a winger on the bench. Why don't I have a winger on the bench? Tewkesbury should be in there. And then who's the better of Macias and Brown? Macias is good. Brown not quite so good. Wilson's got proper potential, but Zois. Can this fella play left back? A little bit. A little bit. Ah, screw it. Let's go with that. Let's go. Can any of those wingers play left wing? That's probably a better question I should have asked. Tewkesbury can. Lopez can't. Palomka can't. Wilson can't. So let's stick Palomka in for Brown. And that way I've got a player I can play on the left if I need to in Tewkesbury, and someone on the right should I need someone on the right. That's... Look at me thinking about stuff crazy. I don't know if there's any mods still in chat. Still functional in chat or not. Ah. So how do we feel about ban evasion, do you think? Oh, oh, it's okay. It's fine. My brain was like, has Riley created a second account? He hasn't. It's the same account. It's just it had an 01 on the end. I was like, I'm sure it didn't have an 01 on the end before it did. It did. I checked. My brain was just braining. It was misfiring, as always. Ignore my brain. Well, we're not beating Cardiff yet, so we're just Sorry, I just had an email from someone trying to scam me into doing a sponsorship. It's not going to happen. Someone trying to scam me into doing a sponsorship for them. Hey, if you buy our $800 microphone, we'll pay you $500 to review it. Or I cannot buy the $800 microphone, and I cannot be $300 out of pocket minimum, because you're not going to pay the $500 either. The Observer of Football, welcome in, you gorgeous, gorgeous man. How are you? Welcome in to us losing to Cardiff in the Cup. It's been a good time, as we can tell. We have one player capable of playing on the left wing, who appears to not currently be playing on the left wing. Why is he not? Did I make that sub? I do not remember making that sub. No, it's just a shit microphone. I can't think of a reason why I'd have made that sub, but it looks like I did. I don't remember doing it. Like it looks. What's the nice way of putting this? It looks like a really nice microphone. It's definitely a Chinese piece of shit, but it looks quite nice. But it was just the fact they were like, oh, if you buy the microphone, well, we reimburse you for the cost of the microphone. Then if you do a video that gets this many engagements, then we'll pay you $500. And I'm like, well, you're not going to reimburse me. And even if you did, you're not going to reimburse me the full amount. You even say in your terms and conditions you won't reimburse me the full amount because I can fucking read a contract. And second of all, there's no way you're not going to make an excuse to get out of paying me the $500. Just such a bullshit fucking attempt at a deal. He's back on the pitch now. I don't understand. I'm so confused. Has FM just decided we have injury subs now? What's the deal now? What's the crack? It's going. It's definitely going. Mostly to random parts of the globe rather than necessarily an upward trajectory. But you know, we found ourselves at Cambridge now, having been poached from Links of Gibraltar. Up until this game, things weren't going terribly. Well, they've just decided to go terribly, I suppose. We've only just been promoted to League One, so I can't complain too much. Yeah, sort of, yeah. I mean, to be fair, we haven't lost a game this season, but this is only the third game of the season. So, it's fine. It is a cup game too, and it's against Cardiff, who are significantly bigger. Last season we got promoted on the final day. It was very nip and tuck. So, and when we were brought in, they were third in the table anyway. So, we've just been treading water a little bit here, but not in such a way that we haven't done good work. Like when we got here, I had exactly 22 players in the squad, and they were all massively overpaid. And we've now got a squad of like 50 players. There was 22 players first team and under 18s combined. We've now got about 50 in the squad, and the wage spend is much lower than it was. So, and we've been promoted. So I can't complain too much. It's a shame we've got out of the car, but it's just going to let us focus on the league, basically. But how's life? Are you live this fine evening as ever? You planning on having a cheeky wee blast at the old football management type games? It's a lovely pile of people streaming right now. Just to realise, a lovely pile of people on the old stream. Not sure what size playing. It's not FM. But I'm sure it's good. Right, we have to play Hereford United next, which should be a big game for us. By which I mean it's going to be a game that happens. We don't have a fancy theme tune for our big games, unfortunately. But it's okay. It's absolutely fine. It's not that big. It's Hereford United. Realistically, the goal this season is very much just to stay up. Watching OG Pokemon anime. Oh, look at you. OG Pokemon. I never fully understood Pokemon, I'll be honest. It was never something I could fully understand. Like, I feel like it was trying to say something deeper than I had the brain power for. Like, I'd look at it and I'd be like, is this show basically an advert for veganism? Is that basically what I'm being offered? And that sounds like a wild statement unless you really think about it. Fatom Vershi, we might be closer to a number I can do business at. I'm concerned that he's an Albanian 21 international who never stepped up at 25. I think Bursin Kilic is probably the better way forward. I don't know how much first team football he'll play. I've just got something in my head that tells me he's going to have a massive sell-on value. It's just a voice in the back of my head saying this guy is going to sell for a fortune. I don't know what it is. It's just something about him that's telling me he's going to sell for a fortune. And I honestly, gun to my head, couldn't tell what it is. It's one of those FM kind of, you've played FM for too long instincts. Like, this guy potentially could sell for quite a lot of money. Just something telling me he could sell for a lot of money. That's fair enough. Like, I think the trouble I have is because I've had a lot of media literacy training in my lifetime. I find it really hard to watch anything without like looking for the deeper meaning behind everything. And if I can't work it out, it annoys me. And it's very possible Pokemon just doesn't have one. Like, it could just be a show about kids kidnapping cute animals. That's very possible. I've certainly seen far worse premises for shows. Brain rot, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The irony. Yeah. Like, I'm not knocking anyone that enjoys that kind of thing. It's just my brain needs to really analyse shit as I watch it, which is really bad. Yeah, pretty much. Like, Hunger Games, I can... My word, can I do you an analysis of the Hunger Games? My word, can I do you an analysis of the Hunger Games? What year are we? We are 2040 at the moment. I could write a book, a literal book about the philosophy of the Hunger Games. I know that as a film franchise, it's a bit, yeah. But as a piece of literature, it has a lot to say. Oh, I've managed Daniel Jefferson. He's really good. I have managed him before. I did a rebuild of Preston on my channel, and he fucking carried me, and then he couldn't score in the Premier League. Could not score in the Premier League. Couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure I offered him a contract. Why are you moaning at me now? Oh, because I know. I was paying attention. But no, the worst thing about, like, having been a writer for most of my life and having studied filmmaking a lot is that not only do I go trying to break down everything I watch, but also everything you watch on TV is really fucking predictable once you have that in your head. Everything. Like, my family find me really frustrating to watch a film with, like, on TV, because we'll watch the first 10 minutes and I'll just get up and go do something else. And they're like, oh, you're going to miss the rest of the film, we can pause it. I'm like, you don't need to, I know exactly what's going to happen. I can tell you every single thing that's going to happen in this story from this point out. Every single beat of this story I can tell you from this point out. I don't need to watch more than 10 minutes. And I can also tell you if it's well written or badly written. And the reason behind this is because many moons ago, let me try and find the exact number of moons. Uh, 20 years ago, a guy called Blake Schneider wrote a book called Save the Cat that basically broke down the science of writing a successful movie, science, we'll say, into a blueprint that you can copy, paste, stick your own characters in, As long as you follow, as long as you follow, like, putting the right events in the right places, it's almost impossible to write a bad movie. Unfortunately, what happened was Hollywood got wind of this book, and they all read it, and they all liked it, and they all decided this was the only correct way to write a movie. And so that's why every single fucking movie is the same now, because it follows the exact same blueprint. And it's a great... It's like if I was to give you instructions for making cheese on toast, and you make the cheese on toast perfectly, and then you decide you're a Michelin star worthy chef, but all you know how to do is cheese on toast. But the reason it's called Save the Cat is because in most movies, almost every movie, this is true, within the first 5 to 7 minutes, you will see the hero of your film do something heroic, which he calls saving the cat, right? So it's the idea that, you know, your hero of your story will be going about their day, doing whatever bullshit things they do during their day. And then they'll find a cat stuck up a tree, and they'll tell us they're the good guy because they'll go and rescue the cat from the tree, right? And it might be they stop a baby rolling into the road, or, you know, you get the idea. But yeah, he calls that the save the cat moment, the moment where the hero does something visually to signify they're the good guy. And it's now applied to every single possible method of storytelling, mostly films, and that's why every fucking movie you watch feels the same and has done for the last 15-20 years. Like, if you ever sat down to watch a film and thought, I've seen this before, blame Blake Schneider, frankly. I mean, there's not a lot you can do about it now. He's been dead a while. But this one guy, basically, in trying to work out the formula for making the perfect movie, ruined movies forever. Which, I guess, is an achievement. It's not a good achievement. And by the way, if you say this, like, if you say the words I'm saying in writers' circles, they will arrive with pitchforks and shit. Like, there is an unhealthy worship of Blake Schneider. Which I guess is because he made something really, really complex sound really, really easy. And basically convinced a lot of people that any moron could do this thing. That's actually quite a tricky skill to learn. What do I feel like I've got a player missing? I don't really want to watch Rush Boake King back. But yeah, so anyway, that was an almost random rant. I feel like I'm doing a llama stream tonight. We've been at this for like 2.5 hours. I've played 2 matches and I've been on at least 2 rants. It's refreshing. I see why he does it. It's quite cathartic. I just need some Italian pop music playing and to shave my head. We'll get there. Baby steps. Baby steps. And I need to develop an aversion to wet food. But alas, I do enjoy wet food, so... Hello? Oh, you had a failed to send message. Interesting. You've not like accidentally banned yourself or something, have you? Because that'd be really impressive, because I don't have the option of doing that, so... Said Cambridgeshire Pop. I don't see... Oh... The Cambridgeshire have pop bands? It's quite a small county. Are there any famous bands from Cambridgeshire? Fuck me, Pink Floyd. Alright, Pink Floyd are pretty famous. Andy Bell's quite well known too. Yeah, Pink Floyd were quite a big deal back in the day. Katrina and the Waves did win Eurovision. And Clean Bandit had that one song. Apparently they have more than that one song. They've got an entire separate discography page on YouTube. So on Wikipedia. So... hang the fuck on. One of the members of the band left, joined the Institute for Fiscal Studies, and then has been appointed now to the Government Council of Economic Advisors. The fella from Clean Bandit. Are you shitting me? What? Why would that... Why? Like, don't get me wrong, they had like a handful of reasonably decent songs, but then disappeared. Darkness are definitely Suffolk. Darkness are definitely Suffolk, because they're from Ipswich, I believe. I think Katrina is Canadian, but I believe the Waves are of British descent. I believe. I could be wrong. Can't pretend I'm an expert on Katrina and the Waves. I did just Google it. No. Oh, hang on. I was like, Kimberly? She was called Katrina. So apparently the guitarist is a bloke called Kimberly, which I've never met a bloke called Kimberly, but fair play to him. And Katrina Lescanich is apparently American. So I'm sure that's fine. And I also enjoy the fact their Wikipedia page mentions that some people thought they were somehow involved in Hurricane Katrina. Which, fucking Americans. Which I think is a sentiment we can all agree to get behind. If only they had a time machine. If only. That was a rubbish pass. That was truly the most ineffective passing I have seen today. Also, is it just me, or are the graphics in the crowds getting worse? Is that just me, or are the crowds graphics denigrating? Have I done something here? Because I should have that on high. Did that improve anything? The lighting slightly? I don't know. Let's see if that breaks it, shall we? It certainly looks marginally lighter, but not really any better. Can we make a tackle? Maybe? Smithyman is really hot and cold. I'm not sure I like it. He's earning too much anyway, but I'm not sure I'm a fan. He's been a bit toothless today. I'm also aware I've got a bit of a crisis on the list. Oh, there you go. Second, the golden rule. The golden rule has happened. I talk shit about the guy. He scores. For anyone who truly wants a classic Football Manager masterclass, basically, to be the best at Football Manager, what you have to do is pick a play you'd like to score and just talk shit about them until they do. I'm having a 100% success rate with that method recently. The more you trash talk your players, the better they perform. But you have to do it in real life, not in the logical place, which is the team talks. That was a great last-ditch tackle. That was a fantastic last-minute tackle. That was outstanding. They've not had a shot on target yet. We're all over them. We're all over. Smithyman's still not playing well. He's just being propped up by the fact that he got a goal. Right, Ingram Shepherd's going to come off for Morrison, because I think he can play left wing. Not as well as Tewkesbury. Okay. It says better, but not as well. Let's take off the beach for Leicester. We'll give Whittaker a wee rest for Carbone. Goddard off for Matthias. And we'll stick Gray on at left back. Also true, opposite is true. That's why I'm casually ignoring all these ratings over here that are really bad. Oh, Smithyman's rating was bad because he missed a penalty. I was paying attention. Totally was paying attention. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I was not looking up to see who the members of Katrina and the Waves were when that was happening. Honestly, if you could find a way to convert the electrical brain energy that goes into being autistic and ADHD, and you could plug that into the national grid somehow, you'd have the single most sustainable source of energy in the entire world. Now, ethically, it's a grey area. But I'm just proposing it as a thing we should science. Grey matter area. Oh, he's delivering. On fire as always, Simon. On fire. You know what they say, surround yourself with people who are quick-witted and you'll never have a bad day. Although, it did also just remind me of one of the funniest things I ever heard someone say about another human being. And it was complimentary. So, comedians, as you imagine, are quite funny people. Need more tea? Oh, comedians, as you know, are generally known for being quite funny people. I know it's a surprise. Let's not. It's a surprise. But we used to talk to this guy, whose name was Will. It was Will. And he was once described by someone in our circle of friends as being so quick that his wife doesn't even know she's been disappointed yet. And I laughed for ages at that gag. It was such a good joke. He was so quick that his missus didn't know she'd been disappointed yet. Outstanding one-liner. Did rate that. Ah, the good old days when you could make jokes. Before all this woke bollocks took over. One day someone will take me seriously when I say that. One day someone's actually going to take me seriously when I start calling something woke bollocks. It's going to be the funniest day of my life. But that day hasn't come yet. So we hold on to hope that the world can still heal. Hemel needs to come in too, from Comoros. Hello, more trialists. Love it. More trialists is exactly what I need right now, because God knows the last bunch worked out brilliantly. Oh, Chris Arthur has enough stars to be of a positive nature. Oh, his concentration's absolute dog shit, though. This fellow with more concentration would be a regular double-figure goal scorer. But he's too old to mentor now. Oh, that's a shame. Crew have really fucked his development. They've really fucked his development. I'm glad I can entertain, Sam. I'm glad I can entertain. Right, that'll do. That'll. Right, can we get a bit more information, maybe? Not yet. Alright. I'll overlook the shitty concentration if he's got, like, really... Oh, I didn't realise they had tooltips on these now. That's really helpful. That's a really... I found something at FM26 I really like. That's mad. Why did these sneak in? Why have I not spotted these before? I could have done a whole video about this shit. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, Joseph Ortega's waiting for a work permit. He's going to score so many goals. Tommy, I think I am not against the idea of you going on loan. Especially if you come out really good. Which is a realistic probability you will. When is Ortega's work permit coming in? 22nd. Hopefully. Because I think this guy's going to be really good. He's got fuck all pace, but that's not what I want him for. I want him to be the guy that we fire crosses at. I kind of want to try and turn him into a 10. Like a bit of a flick-on merchant. That's kind of my thinking. Welcome in, Les. You are very welcome. Very welcome, Les. That is an extra boost to our back four that is going to help us immensely. We might just have the makings of a football team here. We might just have the makings of a wee football team. Like, it's not out of the realms of possibility that back-to-back could be on. It'll be a slog, but I'm not hating what I'm seeing so far. Because I would assume we may well let Richard Wilson go on loan. I would assume that Watford are quite a good side in this league. What saith the pre-season predicto? See, Watford are predicted to finish second and we put 3 past them. And the XG table says we are fucking walking this league. I don't want to loan Paul Tewksbury out. He's quite an important part of our squad. I know he's only coming off the bench, but he's quite an important part of our squad. And he's probably going to be quite an important first team player for us next season. Unless we get like a massive offer to go somewhere else, which we haven't had yet. I've seen no one knocking on the door being like, hey, fancy a new job because you got that promotion? Do you feel like a new job? To be fair, I also haven't applied for any. What's actually occurring? I'm not looking, but what's occurring? Is there a championship club with like ambitions of promotion and no manager? Why? Oh, they've got a caretaker. Surely they're not appointing an interim manager. Surely not. Anthony Barry? Very odd. Very, very odd. Right, let's organise that. I just want to see who's there. There is a good argument for applying for the Espanol job, though, isn't there? Okay. Are we just not able to... we can apply for jobs if we want to. If there's anything that looks special here. There isn't yet. Oh, actually... is that the top tier in? No. Actually, it might be. The top club in Colombia needs a manager. That's very interesting. Or is about to need a manager. Why is his job insecure if they're top of the table? They've got money. Let's, can we add them to our news list? Is that not a thing we can do anymore? Do I actually have to come back regularly and check? Because that's taking the piss. See, again, not that I'm in a desperate hunt to move on, but jobs are potentially about to come available at River Plate and Corinthians. And they are quite big clubs. I literally just came in to see if there's anything Championship available that we might... let's see if anyone is failing anywhere. Malmo were 8th in the Allsvenskan. That's a big gig. If that comes up. Palmeiras. Oh no, that's the top available job. Apparently the biggest club in the world. Don't know how that's happened. Sure, there's a good reason. Sure, there's a good reason that's happening. Also, not that I'm immediately planning on raiding out. I'm just for clarity. There's part of me on the raid out tonight wants to go and support our good friend Mr. Ward. A1 Ward, you probably know him as. Lovely guy, but he also seems to be on a begathon tonight. I don't know if I'm... He's on a 24-hour begathon. I'm not a big fan of the begathon. Kind of want to support him in his 24 hours. But... oh, we'll give you an ESC place. Oh, absolutely we will, Ortega. Nay trouble. I am going to regret this, but life's too fucking short, isn't it? Life is too short. Or I'm not going to regret this. I'm going to look like a goddamn genius in about 30 seconds time. Either could be true. Reckon I might be a genius. I reckon we're about to learn that I might be a genius. Reckon I might be wrong. He's not a bad striker by any stretch of the imagination. He's not a bad striker. He's just not as quite as good as I thought it was going to be. But 1 second. I have to check a suspicion. Check a suspicion with my brain. So I'm just having a brain thought. Just having a brain thought. Yeah, I've confirmed my brain thought. Confirmed my brain thought. We're going to retrain him to be a shadow striker. There's something very interesting about that guy. And yes, in case you were wondering, I did in fact sign a player I knew nothing about, just because he looked interesting. And it paid off. We rolled the dice, we gambled, and it paid off. Which I'm never going to be sad about. Ahmad Ali hopefully coming in too. I probably want Chris Arthur. Jesus wept. He wants a lot of money. We don't have any anyway. Okay, good. Good. We're going to unveil Ortega. We are going to unveil Ortega. We're going to say hello. How satisfying. I'm delighted. Yes. Absolutely. They'll be excited. He won't know what's going on. He doesn't speak any English. Thanks, Lucy. Thanks for thanking people. It's really nice of you to thank people. You're so polite, Lucy. Yeah, so my thinking is we teach him to be a shadow striker. But I also have a very capable backup striker who can jump big. I don't think he's going to score every game, because I'm not an idiot. Despite the occasional appearance I might be an idiot, which is a valid assessment. I do think he might be a baller. Who is it put on the left? What? I was like, has Harry Thompson had a massive growth spurt whilst out on loan? What happened there? He hasn't. That's okay. Bersian Kilic is going to Watford. I don't know why you joined the inferior side, but that's on you. That is very much on you. We will take this guy instead. We'll take Filip Wozniak. And Hemel Hempstead from Comoros. Because Hemel Hempstead might also be a very good left winger. I do not object to having two of them. I do not object to having two of them. Right, Palomka taking it, food poisoning. Told you not to get Taco Bell on your way home from the pub, didn't I? Didn't bloody listen though, did you? Didn't bloody listen. Obviously other semi-poisonous fast food brands are available. Wait, no, that's not how that works. That's Taco Bell. They can't fucking sue me. They've got branch in Swindon, for fuck's sake. God knows they can't have that much common sense or money. Anyway, Brizzle Rovers next. We're gonna smash Brizzle Rovers because fuck Brizzle Rovers. Also, because we're currently unbeaten in this division, which I think is worthy of note. We are currently unbeaten in this division. I'm not saying it's a tad too easy, but somehow, League One is proving easier than League Two. Now, there may be a connection. There probably isn't. Am I lacking a central midfielder there? I know Williams can play there, but he is a centre half primarily, and he can't pass. So, do I keep Gray? Drop Gray. Keep Gray. We'll let Boake King get a bit more rest, and we'll stick Brown on bench. That feels like a reason why I'm still quite impressed with Mingwei Chung, because he's putting in performances he shouldn't be capable of. We are going to stick Ortega up top. I think. No, I'll bring him off the bench. We'll blood him slowly. We'll bring him in very, very slowly. Let him earn his place. I say let him earn his place. He's got to get his place really quickly for the ESC so I can make the money from selling him. But the important thing is we tried. That's the important knowledge we have here. Okay, address the team. Want you to pick up where you left off last time out. That's great advice. Go for it. Kick off. Let's beat Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers wish they had a stadium that looked this good in real life, by the way. I'm just saying. Just saying. They wish. They wish they had a stadium that looked that good. Come on, let's clear this. Don't. Oh, there we go. McElroy's there. He might not win the Open, but he will win a tackle. I have no idea if Rory McIlroy ever won an Open. Truly don't know. Truly don't care. Don't know if they're called. Know if they're called Opens. There's something to do with golf. It's about hitting a tiny ball with a stick. I know there's a guy that does it called McIlroy. That was the entire basis for that joke. You're welcome. Come on, let's get this ball into the box. Chung. Mingwei Chung finally scores. And Mingwei Chung is a lad that did a thing, that scored a goal We're ahead. Brazil Rovers suffer. Ming Wei Chung continues to be the rising star of this season. Now, you could argue that he's only got into the first team because I did not sign a good right winger this season. Or you could argue that I had some kind of brilliant foresight where I foresaw that inside Ming Wei Chung was a top quality right winger and decided to give him space to develop. Now, which version of that you believe is true is very much on you. I like the version where I was a genius. However, the version where I just didn't sign a right winger in the summer, apart from him, because I didn't really look hard enough for a right winger, is the version we're going to go with. But when he wins a Ballon d'Or, I'm going to look brilliant. So there is a small chance. It's starting to feel a bit like we might be going up, which it's odd. It's an odd feeling we might be going up. Because we look really good. And I really enjoyed that we've got this young lad from Chinese Taipei just casually running the right wing, making it look quite easy. Always enjoy when you get a youth player from just the most random country in the world pop up and he turns out to be brilliant. Or when they're from a country you never think about. I have once considered doing an experiment video on the channel where I would put the highest potential youngsters in the database from each of like the 30 or 40 lowest ranked nations in the world into a National League South squad, locking them in there forever and seeing how far that squad of players was able to go. I did consider that for a video once. I realised that nobody would watch it because it's very weird. But it has had a really tiny amount of consideration. Because realistically, there's probably a player on the database from every nation in the game that has potential to at least be a decent National League North or South player. They might not be able to play at any level above that, but there is realistically a player from every nation on the database that has National League North South potential. I think we're going to chuck old Ortega in at 10. We're going to give him a chance to try and prove that my little plan for him is brilliant. I could look like a twat, but we're all very used to that by now. I'm quite good at it. Some would say it's one of my primary skills. But I just want to have a look. And I also enjoy the fact we're slowly teaching Tewkesbury to play on the left wing. that's going to be very useful come the end of the season. Like, yeah, it's a 1-0. It's probably a bit of a scrappy 1-0. But it's a 1-0 we pulled off. And who knows how many points of difference could be at the end of the year. But we are once again unbeaten. Behind local rivals Peterborough, by the way. And ahead of Dirty Reading. Still one of just 6 teams in the division to be unbeaten. Which is weird. We've done a number on some people here. And we will continue to do numbers on people. But we're also going to go with the old adage of judge us after 6 games. And we have played currently 4. We're not judging anything till we've played 6 games. Because that's what my old man always said. You never know how good a team is till they've played 6 games. I don't know why it was 6 games. I don't know why that was always the number. It seems like a really arbitrary number. Like, I get the 10 games thing. Because, you know, it's almost a quarter of the way through the season. Right, we've got some work permit issues happening here. Right, you all go out there and mentor. What's happening with you? He's an international. Let him have a work permit. Thailand must be in the top 70. Thailand are in the top 75. He should get a work permit. He should qualify for a work permit. He's a regular international. It's not possible to purchase him. Obviously, I've got an offer in for him. It is. He should get a work permit. He's an international for a top 75 nation, which I'm pretty sure has always been the rule. Yes, they're 74th of 75, but I totally didn't know he was a top 75 nation player before I bid for him. Let's have it right. Oh, fuck it, you can have it. McDonald's can have a player on loan. Why not? We'll call it a sympathy loan. And also I've got 2 right backs that I don't need a 3rd or a 4th, to be honest. Ah, Steve Wozniak. Come on, buddy. You can do this. I believe in you. Get the work permit. I know you're not an international, but I think we can get you a pity permit. Here's the player I want more than, you know, t'other one. I don't know. I do not know. How is it being rejected? I don't want to give him any SC place because he's probably not going to play. At least not this season. Let's not allocate him a place, but let's see if we can loan him somewhere. He is wanted by another club. So hopefully will get his wages back. And that should be alright. And then if Thailand can win like another couple of games, and if they can beat Saudi Arabia, have they beaten Saudi Arabia before? Why can't I see? There we go. Saudi Arabia. Well, that's a fucking group that shouldn't be happening anyway. I don't want to say that someone fucked up the coding in the Asian World Cup qualifying. I don't want to say that. But can anyone spot a thing that shouldn't have been allowed to happen in the game on screen right now? Can anyone spot a small coding error that Sports Interactive may have made with Football Manager on your screen right now? Have a think while I grab a drink. So if you said North and South Korea should not be in the same World Cup qualifying group because they're not allowed to play each other unless it's a final, you'd be absolutely accurate. Not entirely sure Iran and Iraq are allowed to play each other either, if I'm honest. Not entirely sure. Someone will loan him. It'll be fine. There you go. Knew it like clockwork. Someone in Germany. Oh no, Eastern Europe. See, those all sound like really bad deals, but either they don't sign him and he comes back a good player, or they're about to pay us £88,000 for a player I've literally just signed for nothing. Neither of those things sounds bad to me. But I'm going to save that second ESC slot for the left winger fella, I think. Or the Polish midfielder. Bersin Kilic got his work permit, did he? Interesting. You watch him play against us next time we play Watford and just like absolutely tear us apart. It's bound to happen. Absolutely bound, certain to happen. Oh, Ank's just popped up on my list of people who be online. It's very late for Ank to be up. I mean, it's not late for her to be up, because obviously she's in, like, foreign and she, but it's very late for her to start streaming. Peter Ogbuagu, anyway, he's hurt. Bashed his leg on the old table, going out. Happens to all of us. Happens to all of us. Let's see if we can stay unbeaten. And as we play Lincoln City. Lincoln City. I feel like what's going to happen this season is either we're going to go up as a club, or we're going to go up as a manager. I can't imagine, with a promotion on our CV from last year, that if we're having a reasonably good season this year, we don't get someone trying to poach us. This is my worst nightmare because I want both of these players, but I can only offer one of them an ESC spot. Wozniak's a really good midfielder. He'd be the third best deep central midfielder in the squad. Sixth best central midfielder in the squad. Which does put him a little bit far down the pecking order, and I've got a lot of youngsters that can do that role. Or Hamad Ali would be the second best left winger at the club. Doesn't like big matches. Probably has a slightly bigger upside. Probably has a slightly bigger upside. Let's do that. Let's see if it lets me sneak in two, shall we? It's actually going to let me sneak in two, despite the fact I only have one slot. Is that a thing it's actually going to do? Because that would be wild. There's no way it lets me do that. Nah, I knew it wouldn't. I knew it wouldn't. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take a little bit of cheese. I'm not against it. But it would have been dirty if we'd done that. offer you exactly the same contract offered you before. Possibly a bit less. I'm really sorry, but with the cost of constantly having to apply for work permits for you, I really can't do any better than that. There we go. He understood. Don't think he's going to be signing. Don't think that's going to happen. Do like having Hemel Hempstead available to us. And we'll drop Brown for Hemel Hempstead there. Bawaki can go back into contention for the first team. By which I mean Bawaki can go back into the first team. And that will do for now. I think we'll find out. I am past midnight. I am. It's crazy. It's crazy I've gone past midnight. Especially because I have to be up at 9. But I'm sort of invested in playing this Lincoln game. I promise we're not going to go much further than that. If any further than that. That's 2 days. He'll live. He'll live. I do have to be up early tomorrow because I have to get into Oxford to enjoy my birthday barbecue. Enjoy my birthday barbecue. My sister, who is organising said birthday barbecue, thought that what will be really, really great is that she has decided, as a surprise for me, to invite a bunch of my friends and like random family members to come to this barbecue for my birthday, which is a really sweet idea. But what she forgets is that most of my friends, like me, are quite old, and so I've had a bunch of random messages from people I didn't mention this barbecue to, saying, "Hey, what time's the barbecue on Saturday?" So my sister doesn't know that I now know that she was planning to invite a bunch of my friends to this barbecue thing. Or that she has invited a bunch of my friends to this barbecue thing. And I'm in this really awkward position where she's going to be super excited for this surprise she's pulled off. I'm going to be super surprised that all these people have shown up. But, like, at least 3 of them have told me already that they've been invited because they either didn't know what time it was going to be or where. So that's fun. Anyway, let's go play Lincoln Bastard Town, shall we? Let's go play Lincoln Town. Right, you're not badly hurt. You'll survive playing a football match on debut. I'm a much better actor than you give me credit for. I'm a much better actor than you give me credit for. My friends aren't. But I reckon I can pretend to be shocked in a way that she will never figure out I knew what was going on. I can do a really good, wow, what are you doing here? See? It's like Meryl Streep. It's like Meryl Streep. Exactly. Exactly. That's it. The trick is to not lay it on too thick. If you're like a, what? People just know. People know. Like, oh my god. If you oversell it, that's when you get caught. Enthusiasm gets you caught. You have to just completely no-sell it. Works every time. Also works for people who try and play practical jokes, by the way. You ever find someone who likes a practical joke and you want to ruin their day because practical jokes are honestly sometimes quite annoying? Just pretend like it didn't happen. Works 100% of the time. Nothing makes a practical joker angrier than when you pretend the joke didn't happen. Off the line. Go on, that's it. Head it clear. Go on, Chung. Go on. Be a hero. Oh. A hero's kind of the opposite of what you just did there. But you're young. You'll learn what hero means. We're going to get back into this game. We're going to be unbeaten. The unbeaten Cambridge United side of League One. People will write songs, ballads, played on a lute about Ming Wei Chung and his Cambridge United friends. There'll be an actual luthier, a bard, if you will, a troubadour, who goes around telling the story of Ming Wei Chung and the Cambridge United side of 2030-31. He'll travel from village to village to sing this song. Because we've discovered a worldie. We've discovered a low-key wonder kid that no one saw coming. That I possibly signed because I thought it was funny that he had 5-star potential and was from Chinese Taipei. Or Taiwan. I always forget if Chinese Taipei is the one that's Taiwan or not. I think it is. I suppose it depends who you ask. Anyway. Basically, oh, great save by Evans. I may or may not have signed him because I thought it was funny. And it might be paying off. Fair. I can never remember because isn't Macau something else in China as well? I'm sure Macau has another name. And I think there's another one as well. Not an expert. I probably watched like an infographics video on it or something. Or like one of the many videos in the Whistlerverse. Today I found out or something. Which is the only acceptable use of TIFO, by the way. We're 1-0 up against Lincoln, and that's good. Somewhere, I'd like to imagine up in this stand here, or this one, whichever one has like the commentary box in it, Tom is very angry. He's just there trying to do his best super professional commentary. And watching us beat his Lincoln City team. I actually don't know if Tom's still doing commentary for Lincoln City, because they do also have John Helm doing commentary at Lincoln, which is amazing because he's 86. But John Helm off the telly, last I heard, was doing the commentary for Lincoln City matches. Which is nice. It's nice. Keeps the old brain cells sharp. You know, he's a decent commentator. Was back in the day. I don't know if he's a decent commentator. He might just have lost his marbles and have no idea what's happening. Could be a whole bunch of people just listening to John Helm telling stories about rationing around Lincolnshire. It's not an impossibility. Also, don't know if 86 is old enough to know about rationing. I could ask my granddad. Not right now, he'll be in bed. But he's also 86. I don't know if he remembers ration books. I assume he does. Because wasn't rationing a thing until the early 60s or late 50s or something? Your dad remembers them. Is your dad about the same age? Yeah, alright, fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to take Papa Thornley's knowledge as good knowledge. Early 50s. That's good knowledge. Well, we'll go with that as canon for now. Do I like that substitution? I don't know if I do. That's probably a better one. In fact, let's just double that up. Is one of those guys better at cam? Presumably Ingram Shepherd is better at cam. Yeah, I'll do. That'll do. We'll get to see how our new boy does on the left wing and see if Ingram Shepherd is any good as a 10. It's always nice to see what our options are. Always good to see, right? It's Ingram Shepherd into the box. Cut it. Oh, beautiful. Mark Williams had a goal in his debut. Hold the phone. I think we might actually be a really good side. Because I just randomly reshuffle quite a lot of players there. And we're 3-0 up. We might actually be a pretty solid side this year. Obviously, it's very likely to go all tits up. Because it quite often does. But, logically, we could be quite a good footballing side. We're currently top of League One. And there are now only 3 unbeaten sides, but Sheffield Wednesday apparently can't get out their own way, left in League One. So it's quite possible that we're a good side. Kind of want confirmation of where Lincoln are, like in terms of the media prediction, because beating one of the big boys is a fluke. Beating two is a sign. So let's have a look. We have beaten Watford, Hereford, Bristol Rovers and Lincoln. Watford, Lincoln. Yeah, we might be a good side. There's a reasonable possibility we've got a good side here because we've beaten 2 of the apparent 3 best teams in the league 3-0. And Lincoln are odds-on favourites. And that draw there against Leyton Orient, I mean, to be fair, the draw against Leyton Orient, they're the worst team in the league. But then we're the 19th worst team in the league. So, honestly, this could all be bollocks. But also XG says that Watford and Lincoln are the 3rd and 5th best teams in the league. So, I honestly have no idea what's going on right now. I also understand how Mansfield and Bristol Rovers are both the 17th best team in the league. I guess it goes on expected points. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is we might actually be really good. I want a new contract. Thanks, bud. I don't want a new contract. I'm just hoping I'll make someone else offer us a deal. But we may as well try, because I think Cambridge United fans probably would really like us at this stage. They could not be happier with the job that we're doing. Cambridge fans think we're a bloody genius. The supporters are jubilant. The team looks set for EFL League One glory this season. However, we still only expect the team to end up avoiding relegation. They are not very positive around Cambridge, are they? They're not positive people. Pleased with the signing of Jordan Evans, which realistically looks like a banger. I've picked up this fella from the National League on a free, and he's kept 5 clean sheets in 5 appearances. I'd say he's done well. I think he's a pretty good goalkeeper. Aerial reach of 17, jumping reach of 17 does help a lot. But otherwise, they seem happy. They're disappointed with a couple of sales, which I'm okay with. The boards honestly don't care that much, let's be honest. I think we're good. We've got to play some teams next that are okay. But I also think that it's 1:45 in the morning and we're all supposed to be adults. So, on that score, that's probably a sign we should go and see a friend of some kind. Do you know what? Let's cross the border, shall we? Let's cross the border. So, I'm going to say to both Twitch and the Tube, I think I can raid on YouTube now. Just a random thought. There is a possibility I can raid on YouTube now. I don't know how, but I think I saw a thing. Doesn't matter. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Let's just go and see Mr. Ward, purely because it's going to make him add time to his begathon, and I find that funny. So, all good over there. Thanks for being here, guys. See you all incredibly soon, as you'd imagine. Probably Sunday, because barbecue. I'll either be feeling fat or I'll end up staying in Oxford. But let's go see Senior Ward. Have a good night. Fair warning, he's playing some kind of game where he is a mortuary assistant. I don't know what's happening. It could be really funny. Let's go see Funny. Bye, guys. You know how it goes. Bye, y'all. Night, Liam. Bong. Bye. Bye.